What's the most frustrating part about yesterday? If you could take one thing, what was the most frustrating aspect of that football game?
Brock getting hurt.
Was Brock getting hurt?
On the sixth play.
Was it the defense?
Of the offense.
Becoming unhinged yesterday in the second half?
What do you expect? I mean, I'm not trying to condone negative. Like there were a lot of unsportsmanlike, unclassy actions, and I'm not trying to condone. I get the frustration, though.
Dude,
I get it. The team's rubbing it in your face. You're in a hostile environment. You're down to your fourth quarterback, fifth at that point because he got hurt. Brock comes back and you can't even throw a forward pass.
I can't believe Javon Kinlaw played that poorly. The clips of him just getting...
and Bosa's out there with basically a torn groin.
Fred Warner's got a pinched nerve in his neck.
It was so bad on special teams. I said to you after it happened, I think Bosa got wiped out on that play. he was standing on the sidelines.
You sure did.
I saw it from a mile away.
Sure did.
I couldn't believe it. And then he comes back in the game and he's like grabbing his thigh. Goes, something happened. And then come to find out he got like depleted into the thigh. On the sidelines.
Hey, Spadoni, man, play that clip of Bosa getting hurt when standing on the sideline.
I couldn't believe
pull that up. Let me know when you have it. Bosa spoke about it. All right, let's go ahead and play that, Spadoni.
That was kind of a sign of a rough day when you get hurt on the sideline. I got a cleat an inch or two into my leg, so that hurt. I was fighting through, though. I don't think it affected me too much. You're going through a lot at this time of the year, so you just have to keep on going.
Play it again.
One more time.
Play it again.
One more time.
It was kind of a sign of a rough day when you get hurt on the sideline.
I mean, my God.
He
was standing there next to Shanahan, and the gunner is coming down the sideline, and he's getting thrown. He's grabbing face masks, and a cleat goes into his thigh. I said to him, I think he broke his leg. He got wiped out.
That's not funny, but it's funny.
I don't even know what to say. That's how bad the day was.
I love Dacre.
Heads are falling off.
Dacre, I love Dacre, right? We all love Dacre here. And sometimes I just think he's
Bosa.
Absolutely out of his mind. But he's been saying for 3 years, you got to get the Bosa Bros together.
He's right.
I'm telling you, get the Bosa Bros together. And then you watched the video yesterday, and you tweeted out, I want the Bosa Bros together. You know what? I'm here for it.
Heads are falling. 100%.
He was wearing a Niner
Trade
gear
everything
like he was
for him.
a Niner.
Trade everything for him.
You don't want to be in L.A.
No,
with the
come
Chargers.
to us. He's wearing all Niner gear.
Dude, he told him, I can afford it. I'm rich, and you're broke.
It's the only fun thing to happen out of that game was Joey Bosa going into the stadium.
Can you play? It kind of was a sign of things to come, Nick Bosa. Oh, my God. He's so funny. Spadoni, you got the clip again. Play the Bosa clip one more time before we go back out to the lines, man. One more time.
I'm hurting.
It was kind of a sign of a rough day when you get hurt on the sideline.
Save that for the board for the rest of our life.
And then, God.
Do you have the George Kittle sound where George Kittle's asked a question about the fourth quarterback, and he's like looking at whoever. I don't even know who asked the question.
I don't even.
But like he looked at him like, "Are you kidding me?"
BJ39 is the
Play
cut.
that one.
How's that feel to lose in the NFC Championship game because I don't have a quarterback? Pretty shitty, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it.
That is exactly how I feel.
Yeah,
that's exactly that is exactly how I feel, Kittle. I love Kittle.
Dude, Joshua fumbled the snap. Shasky, it was the only time I sat down in the game, and I just looked at the ground.
I know.
And Shasky's trying to hype me up at halftime.
I was trying.
It's not over. I'm like, dude, in my head, I'm like, Josh is really going to lead us back from a 2. And it's not his fault. It really isn't.
And they got stops.
That's
the crazy thing. They got stops.
Over. Philly did nothing special. They had 269 total yards. Jalen Hurts, 15 to 25, 121 yards, had no zip on the ball. Right? No zip on the ball. They did nothing special offensively. The whole thing that their offense is going to be reminiscent of the Bill Walsh West Coast offense could be farther from the truth.
Well, they didn't have to do anything special yesterday.
They didn't.
The reality is they didn't have to. They didn't need to. Now, I will say this. Sirianni running Jalen Hurts late in that game, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Gibson came in looking for all the smoke, popped him right in the forearm and the shoulder. I said, woo, and then he ran it again.
Dude, Sirianni needs to be humbled bad. I hope Andy Reid cooks his ass in the Super Bowl. Let's go to Matt in Walnut Creek.
What's up, Matt?
Walnut Creek, what's happening?
I'm hurting.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was sitting next to you guys at the game.
Oh, yeah, Matt, right, row 3. Yeah, right below us.
Yeah.
Did you get home?
Did you get home safely?
Yeah. Nah, I'm sitting outside the hotel right now, about to go to the airport, but I didn't get a chance to tell you guys after the game because I was so distraught, but walking through that Lions Den with you guys was something unreal that I'll never forget, and it was a great season, and I'm glad I did it.
Hey, man, that was the most insane walk-in of all time. Would you agree?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Nothing I've ever experienced. And I'd do it all over again.
I would too.
I would too.
I loved it. I'm so proud of Niner fans for the way they repped yesterday.
Yep.
They wore their gear. We weren't taking off our gear. We weren't going to wear jackets over our jersey. The hell?
I know.
Who do you think we're punks? Like, they basically did think we're punks. That's what they called us all week long.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Let's go to Coach at SF.
I can't
Coach,
believe we lost that way.
Coach, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, morning, fellas. Just wanted to touch on something real quick.
Yeah.
As a Niners fan, I didn't come away completely discouraged after yesterday's loss. It was heartbreaking. Don't get me wrong. But as you guys mentioned, they didn't need to do anything special. The blown call on Devontae Smith's drop on 4th down led to 7. Purdy getting hurt. Eagles made a play. Hassan Reddick made a play. Kudos to them. But that did give them a short field that they got 7 on. The Josh Johnson drop snap, that was another 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th down roughing the punter call.
Oh, dude, that one killed me.
We literally gave them 28.
I know.
Literally assisted them in that win.
Right.
So as a Niners fan, I'm not discouraged. I don't feel like the Eagles got the hand over us, and I'd love to see them again.
I would
love
too.
to see them. They're public enemy number 1 from here on out.
Yeah, I agree
at least
with
for the next 5 years, they're public enemy number 1.
Well, and quite frankly, we've got to find an answer for Gainwell. I thought Gainwell was the X factor of the game yesterday.
He changed the game.
AJ Brown made a couple of plays, but nothing serious. I thought Gainwell was the difference in the game.
He changed the game. Lane Johnson false starting on almost every snap.
I saw a lot of linemen tweeting out well, that's how you play the game. You get like a fraction of a second ahead of time. I don't know, man. It felt a little off to me.
Yeah, it was wild.
And on the Josh Johnson fumble, both McGlinchey and Trent Williams jumped early.
Yep.
That play should have been blown dead.
Should have been blown dead. And boy, did we need a penalty on that play. Out of all the times to not call a penalty, you don't call a penalty on that play. That game flipped right then and there. They're roughing it to the punter. I knew they were going to call roughing with the way that game was being officiated.
He was getting pushed from behind. He beat his man. It
was running, and the punter flopped.
I know.
We just saw the same thing from Wisnowski last week against the Cowboys. Get no call.
I know.
So it's not why they lost the game, but we talked about it in the first quarter, Sasky. 50-50 calls, and that's why you got to get home field advantage. And forget playing these NFC title games on the road.
Well, and they're early in the game. Jalen fumbled the ball. What's his face? Like in terms of a snap,
right?
And then what's the running back's name? Come on,
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders also had a little wobbly play.
Right.
Like there were moments in the game where there were opportunities early for the Niners to seize that 4th down opportunity, and they didn't take advantage of it.
No doubt. Let's go to Rob in the Bay Area. Rob, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I heard you guys on 94.1 WIP in Philadelphia last week, and I heard you guys commenting about taking over the link. I was there, and I just wanted to say I hardly saw any red jerseys.
Hey, that was a slam dunk, dog.
Yeah.
Hope you feel good waiting for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's Eagle fans in a nutshell. They got little peanut brains. You know what I'm saying? Their brains operate like this. It's like the little hamster right in the wheel. The hamster sleeps sometimes. They sleep in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden the hamster starts rolling. I'm like, oh, I got something here. EAGLELS. You didn't take over. Ha ha, you're a punk. Clowns, man. This is the most classless fan base I've ever met in my life.
I'll give that guy props, though. Like, he disguised himself really well. He said, I'm Rob from the Bay Area. I was at the game. It's like, were the fans nice? He was like, nah, they weren't. It's like, okay, yeah, you sound like a Niner fan, so give him props.
Hey, whatever.
Hey, Loveman, it's all good.
It's all good.
I'm hurting so bad, nobody can, drag me any lower. Once you're in the bottom of the bottom, there's nowhere to go
we
but
were
up.
in it.
Well, no,
we were in the mix.
If you're going to be a lousy fan like that, can you at least be, creative or something? Like, if you're going to be lousy, I want to be at least loud. Like, that guy was good. Like, that guy was creative. I give that guy.
Here's the funny part, though,
in a world of ones and zeros, that guy was a 4.
And they're proving everything that we've been saying.
Yeah, everything.
And this is on a scale of 1 to 10, by the way.
Let's go to Rich in San Jose. Rich in San Jose before we hit the break. Rich, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Gentlemen, good morning. I'm hurting this morning, too. I'm glad you guys made it out of there all right. To answer your question from a few minutes ago about what irks me the most about yesterday, I mean, things happened. Brock got hurt, and then
exactly.
Jersey number 17. That happens. But what bothered me the most about the end of that game were all the liberties that the Eagles were taking on the field. That whole fight started because dudes were blocking well past the whistle.
Goddard in particular.
And they finally got the smoke. They finally pissed off Trent Williams enough to where Trent's like, nah, I'm done. Here we go. Chokeslam. We're out. But what I really called in about was about 20 minutes ago on Old and Busted, Tim Ryan said something about a platoon quarterback system, and I called in maybe a week and a half ago to Will and Dibby and said, That's exactly what the Niners need to do with the talent that they have with Trey Lance. They can't just let him stand there and hold a clipboard. He's got to get in there and do something. And what New Orleans does with Taysom Hill, with far less talent and far less of a offensive coordinator, as in Kyle Shanahan, that you can't just let this man stand on the side. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about that.
Well, here's what I would say. Like, it's so difficult because they got this far, what felt like above average. Like, I think Brock was really good. Was he elite? Great. I know there's a lot of metrics and numbers.
He's really good.
Yeah, but you watch Burrow and Mahomes. Come on.
It's a whole different
And I'm not trying to, like, you don't have to face those guys.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, watching what I saw with Burrow, and Burrow threw 2 picks in that game. Everyone in the league outside of the Chiefs is trading their quarterback for Burrow.
Yep.
Maybe a couple others.
Maybe Buffalo.
Maybe.
Buffalo.
Okay, but like I'm looking at that, I'm like, God damn, I'm watching Mahomes on one leg, Bonte, with the arm talent that he has and the field vision and what he's doing. And it's like, we feel so remedial in comparison. And Brock was awesome. I'm not here to bash Brock at all.
But it's light years away.
It's just hard to watch.
So Shanahan's coached 9 playoff games in his career.
Yes.
He's 6-3. Again, you can make the argument that he's had the inferior quarterback in all 9 of those games.
I think that's fair.
How crazy is that?
It is. And
he's 6-3, and he's had the inferior quarterback possibly in all 9 of those playoff games.
And this is why I am not criticizing Shanahan at all.
No,
now, the challenge play, yes, I wanted him to challenge it. But, like, that didn't make or break this game.
No doubt.
All right? And stop calling in trying to rip Shanahan.
Clock.